Tarzan
Most of the time when coming back from class, I pass the Flushing Meadows Park. Yet, I have never felt the need to go inside and wander around. That is why this project was my excuse to go outside and visit the Unisphere. The Unisphere is a spherical stainless steel representation of the Earth, located in Flushing Meadows Park in the borough of Queens, New York City. The sphere, which measures 140 feet high and 120 feet in diameter, was commissioned to celebrate the beginning of the space age. The Unisphere was conceived and constructed as a theme symbol of the 1964 till 1965 New York World Fair. The theme of the fair was Peace Through Understanding, and the Unisphere represented the theme of global independence. It was dedicated to man's achievements on a shrinking globe in an expanding universe. Designed by landscape architect Gilmore D. Clark in aluminum with metallic mesh continents, the Unisphere was further refined in stainless steel by industrial designers at Peter Mueller Monk Associates. The sphere features representations of the continents and major mountain ranges in relief, and it's encircled by 3 giant orbital rings that represent the tracks of early satellites. The capital cities of the world were marked by lights. The Unisphere celebrated both the dawn of the space age and the fair's broader theme of peace through understanding. It has since become a beloved symbol of Queens. This massive sphere is located over a fountain that, weirdly enough, didn't have water the day I visited. The scenery is full of trees and seats that, if you pay close attention, some have names of people who possibly helped the construction of the Unisphere or helped the scientific community. Who knows? The history of the Unisphere is that the park where the Unisphere sits was once an ash dump, which was converted into a park in time for the 1939 World Fair. The park was closed during World War II, but revision in post-war era. Reverend Moses was in charge of the World's Fair Corporation, which leased the park. The Unisphere was originally supposed to be made of aluminum. However, it was built in 110 days using stainless steel by US Steel. Something important that I found out while I was doing research is that the 3 large orbit rings of stainless steel encircled in the Unisphere at the various angles are believed to represent the tracks of Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space, John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, and Telstar, the first active communication satellite. In fact, the early design was to have a ring for each of the 1,000 satellites in place at the time of the fair. This proved impractical, not only in the number of satellites, but also in the height of the orbits and the fact that geostationary satellites had no orbit path. As a result, a symbolic number 3 was chosen for aesthetic reasons. Now you know my experience. My visit was very pleasing, even though I chose a very cloudy and wind-heavy day to make my visit. I knew about the Unisphere because it has been featured in many pop culture movies, such as Men in Black and Iron Man 2, just to name a few. It was amazing to get to know the meaning behind such massive sphere and the story behind it. Other than being one of the most iconic pieces of structural design, the Unisphere has also served as one of the main attractions for Queens. Many tourists come to the Queens Museum just to take pictures of the Unisphere, and I cannot blame them. It's a fun experience just to go around and just take pictures of yourself just posing around it.